Welcome to another 3D comparison video. Let's see how we can rapidly filter and search specific elements within assemblies in CATIA. So for the case study, I will make use of this mechanical horse. We see over here the user that created the model. I will also put a link within the description. I've chosen this one because it makes use of multiple colors. So the model was not created in CATIA, was created in Creo, but for this case study it's more than perfect. So I will load up the step file. As we can see over here are the original Creo files. So drag and drop that step file over here. We're gonna see CATIA starting to convert that, and we have the model loaded. So I decided to use this since there are multiple colors already added. In order to access the search function, we need to go up to edit, and we're gonna see over here search. But keep in mind that this is the same hotkey just like Microsoft Word, Excel or other software. So just press Ctrl+F will bring in the search. And we can search elements by name. As we can see over here, we can type a specific name. We can check for some part naming if we want to. We can go within workbench. So in this case, if I will go, for example, to part design, I will click on search and select. We're gonna see that since this is a model that was loaded, CATIA will consider that everything was created within part design. Since they are all solid bodies, for example, over here, if I will double click on this one, over here I'm still in sheet metal design. This is because I previously had open a sheet metal design, but I can go to part design. And we're gonna see that this part has a body, a manifold solid body, which is this one. So searching by colors. We can use the predefined colors over here, for example, something like green. Afterwards, it's important to click on this search and select. Select a favorite query. Okay, let me search. So my mouse went to favorites over here. I really need to change this mouse because it's quite old and snappy. So almost 10 years old mouse. So for example, green, and that was the problem. Green was right underneath favorite, and I double click on that. And we see that all those elements will be selected. So all the green components, which I can easily select, hide show. And since I already had that selection, I will hide all of those. So keep in mind that this is very handy when you are organizing your files. Now to move forward, I will open additional parts. So I have over here, this is a part created in Imagine & Shape. So let me have that open. So this is the part. We see the naming over here, part 1. Now I want to add it within that same assembly. I can do this, go to Window, Cascade, and we're going to see that the mechanical horse assembly will be over here, and our new product, newly open product, will be over here. So I'll just drag and drop that and add it to the mechanical horse. We're going to have a warning at the bottom that we see that there are some dependencies, mainly regarding that sketch positioning, so that shouldn't be any problem. And now I can select the object. I can go to move, snap automatically. I can reselect that. So let's see, snap automatically to the model, which will be this one. For some reason the snapping isn't working, and I know why. I just noticed. So every time you try to move some objects and they won't move, as you can see over here, I'm still stuck in part design because I entered this specific part. So keep in mind that you need to double click on the large assembly, and now we're gonna be able to move without a problem. snap to selection, select that, and I will move this plastic water bottle in front and also have it rotate 90 degrees. So that's a part created in Imagine and Shape, and I also want to bring in other parts. I will go over here within let's say parts, and over here I will open this design. So since I want, if I would double click on this, automatically a new CATIA instance will pop up. So just like if I would click on this. So that is not what I want. I want to drag and drop them within the same CATIA instance. So drag and drop the first design part, the second one, this was created with Boolean parts. And I will also bring in a sheet metal part. We see that we have a warning over here that I should switch to generative sheet metal design in order to add sheet metal features for this. So this is still in part design, but that shouldn't be any problem now. So again, I want to add them all to the same assembly. I can go to Cascade and have the original one. So this one with a 0. I could also use the traditional method by selecting this, insert, and afterwards we have existing components or existing component positioning, and just add that, and that will automatically bring the object over here. But I will prefer to use this Cascade method. So let's see, the sheet metal part, this is named part 1, so maybe there will be some problems with the other part that is also named part 1, so I'll just change that within the product. I will make this part 2 and drag and drop that within the mechanical horse. I will also maximize the others. So this, again, this is part 1. I will call this part 3 so we don't have any naming problems. But I will need to make that, and this again I will call it part 3. So we have this one as well, part 3, add it over there. We see that the sheet metal part is already selected. I will just have that translated out of the way. I will move the other part, and there is still one part missing, the one created with Boolean operations, which is this one. So I'll just drag this within the assembly. So make this a little bit smaller, part 3, have that selected in orange, drag and drop on top of the mechanical horse. And we see that we had that naming. So let me see part 4 then. Now drag and drop that part 4 over here, and we no longer have that naming problem. Okay, so since this part was created with Boolean operations, if I will move it, some of the cutting will no longer be active, so I will leave it like this. So let's go back to filtering. So I am within assembly, press Ctrl+F, and I would like to search within all my assembly, so this large mechanical assembly that integrates the Imagine and Shape part, the generative sheet metal design, and the 2-part designs. I would like to search for something, for example, like a shaft. So this part was created with Revolve, and this small part as well at the top. So let's search for shafts. So that's a shaft, and also that one. Search, and as we can see, those 2 models will be highlighted. That means that they are selected. We can also scroll within over here, and we can see that part 3 and part 4 have elements that will be filtered. So we see this shaft one over here within part 3, and we're gonna have another shaft, again named shaft 1, since CATIA adds up for each part incrementally, starting with 1 for each type of feature. One more handy option regarding filtering is that you can hide all elements of the same type. So there are many people that do this manually. For example, over here we see a high amount of planes. I will just select everything that we have over here and hide show, send them to the main screen. So this is swap visible spaces. Everything that is hidden will be located over here. Everything that is visible will be over here. So with the same button you can toggle between those, and you can click and select. This will do the same, just like show hide. So this is that feature. And now if I want to rapidly hide all those planes, because it's quite difficult to understand and see the model over here, I can do another quick search. So press Ctrl+F. Within the workbench, I will no longer go within a specific workbench, but I will go to a type. So I will want to select from element, and I can only select a single plane, for example this one. We see that the acquisition agent was active, and now I just need to go search and select, and that will go within the whole assembly, and everything that is a reference geometry, so XY plane, YZ, Z and X plane will be selected, and I can rapidly just hide those, and there are no more elements selected. Okay, so if you like this kind of content, please let me know in the comment section. I'm also at the moment struggling to convert views to subscribers. So as we can see over here within the YouTube analytics, watch time from subscribers, so it's only 3.8%, and we see that the vast majority of subscribers are not subscribed. So I would like to ask you, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to help me create more content like this, to motivate me. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.